thank you for joining Carrie Rios, who is off camera, and myself, Amber Tripp, on our very first podcast series for Clark College Community and Continuing Education. Could that be any longer? We wanted to celebrate. I love it. I love what it says, but it's just a long explanation of an acronym. We wanted to celebrate the instructors at Clark College CCE. See, that's a lot better. And kind of pick their brains and see what's behind the scenes of their classes, their personality, what inspired them, and these type of things, so that we could tell the community and let them know what the heck we're offering. Because I think we're very undereducated about what's actually being educated at Clark College CCE. Yeah, but that's good.
Right.
So, without further ado, Charles, I'm going to have you introduce yourself with your name and the classes that you teach here at Clark College CCE, and then I'm going to pick your brain further.
You bet. My name is Charles Jackson. I teach 4 classes. I teach computer basics. I teach beyond computers basics. I teach Google Workspace, and I also teach maximizing on your Android device.
So to infinity and beyond.
To infinity and beyond.
Yes. Gotta get some Toy Story in there. All right. I think there's 4 of them out, maybe 5 or 6 or 7. So I've only watched the first one, and that was a long time ago. Anyway, so these classes, what inspired you to actually teach these classes? What was the inspiration behind this?
Well, I think my inspiration is just being in, I used to manage retail big box for about 17 years.
Okay.
And within that 17 years, it was a lot of just educating people on technology expectations. When they're buying a piece of technology, may it be hardware or software, they have an idea. And I think it came down to the returns. This product did not do what I expected it to do.
It doesn't turn on.
Right. And so I'm like, okay, so let me hear out your expectations. So,
by the way, folks, ON spells on.
Right. There's a power button and there's other things. So, but, I think software was the big driver, because whenever I would take back a piece of software, especially productivity software, it was, I'm trying to make a flyer, I'm trying to do this. It's too complicated. I didn't understand it. So after a while, I started to just understand, if I took some time to explain and train just a little bit, normally the return wouldn't come back. So that's been bestowed in me forever, that I think we use technology as a society, but the truth is, and the professionals will say, we only use so much of it and what it's capable of doing. So my inspiration has always been to help people to get a little more out of their technology for what they're trying to do.
Very cool. Yeah, technology can basically run your life now, if you let it. I mean, it can shut down your house. It can turn on the TV. It can do your laundry.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Hey, can you? Yeah.
Right. Who does delay laundry washing? But technology can do that. It can delay it for you. You don't want to start now? No problem. We'll delay it.
We got it covered.
They got
8 hours later.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Don't start till I'm dead asleep.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. Well, that's awesome that you are educating people and helping them get kind of that next step beyond where they're at right now. So, I love the background where you started and understood, in the sales process, how to not get the returns back, because that's brilliant, by the way. I mean, spend a little bit more time and explain the situation, then maybe, we won't see you again. You'll be good. So who would be the perfect student for this class? Who's this designed for realistically?
I think, because I named off 3 classes, I think the classes vary from my computer basic class is geared for the novice.
Mm-hmm.
if you understand a keyboard, if you understand the left and right click of a mouse, you're in that beginner basics class. Okay, because I think you're at that level where you're trying to get comfortable with the right and left click of a mouse.
As long as you understand that we're not talking about mouse, the animal.
Correct.
The computer.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So I think you're that student. If you're beyond computer basics, you're somewhat already maybe I get a lot of students who are in the office environment. They're looking for that edge in how do I process format a document better? How do I work with Excel? They're asking me to sort something. How do I sort? I don't know how to sort in Excel. That's my client. And how do I work a PowerPoint presentation? How do I click forward? How do I make it glide in and shoot this way? And so
that can be tricky.
It can be tricky. My Android class is for really anyone who has had a smartphone, who has really just stuck to.
So, not me, because I don't have one of those.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Right.
This is an iPhone, folks.
Right. Yeah.
I can't take that class.
Exactly. It's for the it's for the person who says, here's what they normally say. I don't want to ask my grandkids for help anymore. Okay, you're in the right class. That's what I hear.
I believe it. I believe it.
I don't want to give this to somebody to help me anymore. So teach me. Show me how to do the things that they are going to do for me. I want to do for myself. So it kind of works out that way. So they're all great. They're all great people. They come from various backgrounds and knowledge bases. And I think they're just looking for that little bit extra so they can feel like they're doing a little bit more. Yeah,
it makes sense. And then you have the fourth class you have is the Google Workspace for the small business.
Small business, yes. And that's a platform that's designed for those who use the Google Workspace in their office environment. Mm-hmm. So with that, my idea student comes in and says, my company uses it. I need to be comfortable with it. I've been using Microsoft Word and Excel. That platform, I need to get comfortable with this platform. So I'm just showing them things that they are very much used to in Microsoft Office environment. Now you can do that with the tools that Google has in its platform.
Yeah, the bare necessities, folks. The bare necessities of making it in the technology world. Look for them bare necessities.
That's right.
What is going on? But it is the bare necessities of technology.
When they're done, they're singing, I want to be like you.
Yeah. With the monkeys. Yep.
Yes.
That's a great song. Oh, it's a great show. I'm going to go watch that later. All right. So anyway, back on topic, Charles.
Sure.
Tell me like one little thing or maybe two little things about if somebody is thinking about maybe signing up, they're like, I don't know about that. What would get them off the fence? Over the hump, off the fence, around the block.
I think what's going to get them off the fence is you're guaranteed to take the class and learn something. Mm-hmm. That's what's going to. The only thing I think might keep them on the fence is what am I going to learn? It's that question.
Yeah.
I can't answer that until I meet you personally. In which all my classes I start off with, what are you here to learn? And I write every statement down. And as I go through the class, I check them off. I said, okay, I've covered this, I've covered that. Is there anything new that we've come upon with just being in a class? But I think it's just at the end of the day, you're gonna learn something. We're always learning something.
Oh my gosh, my brain is on overload from learning so much today. All the instructors have been just giving nuggets here and there, left and right, and I'm about to explode.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's awesome. So do you have any like little tricks that you've learned, like one little trick or tip that you want to share? Just don't give it all away, just a good cliffhanger.
Right.
I know, hard to do hard to do the tricks and tips on a basics of technology sometimes, huh?
Yeah, and it's because there's so much to learn.
Yeah.
I think I can go to a couple of favorites. I'm big on the keyboard tricks. So to let everyone know, hey, your Control C is for copy. Your Control Z is for undo. Your Control V is for paste.
Yes.
That alone sometimes just makes the whole room glow. They're like, oh my God, I don't have to click and select anymore. I can just keyboard control. So yeah, you can keyboard control, and you can actually undo up to 15 to 20 events.
Dang. That's good to know, because man,
People
I
don't
do
know
a
that.
lot of stuff.
Right?
Unravel that ball of yarn that I just raveled.
Yes, you can. Yeah. You know how sometimes you'll just save a document and you'll go back and get the original or whatever. I have undone a lot of work until I get to the back to where I can figure it out.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. I feel you.
Yeah. Yep.
I get it. And it's command, not control on a Mac.
It's command on a Mac. Yes, it is.
Yep, because this is Mac City over here in my house, apparently. Sorry. But all good information. That's awesome. I didn't actually know the undo trick on the... Shame on me for not knowing Z. Shame on me. See, we all learned something new. Carrie, who's off screen and never will be on the screen for this podcast, which is sad. Because she's laughing a lot over there. But she didn't know that you could undo it 15 to 20 times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, as we wrap this up, are there any other little bits you want about you or your process or the classes or just the world in general you want to share?
Yeah, just
world in general.
I know, right? I would just say, hey, all the classes are great that I see in the catalog. I look for even classes that I seek more knowledge in, or things that I have my own personal interest. So I think it's a really wonderful world to go out there and just feed your appetite of learning.
There you go.
You never get old as long as you're learning. So stay young. Take a class.
There you go. And also, if you have that DNA that's like inside of you, the little piece of DNA that keeps you young, more power to you. There's actually a piece of DNA that keeps you young. Who knew?
Yep.
But keep learning, folks. All right, awesome. Charles, well, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure talking to you and kind of getting to know about the basics of technology and what people can expect. You can sign up for all these classes online at cce.clark.edu. They are located in the technology section and also in the small business section. So just check those two places out. If you can't figure it out online and you prefer to call, you can do that by calling 360-992-2939 and someone will help you register. You'll find the most up-to-date information online. So the who, the what, the where, the when, the how, the cost, the possibilities, all on the website, folks. So click enroll and check out Charles's classes. They look and sound amazing for those people who do not want to ask their grandkids anymore.
There you go. That's awesome.
Thank you so much, Charles, for being here today. I look forward to seeing your enrollment numbers come in, and thanks for sharing.